What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Just at one of my other microphones, so pardon any vocal or sound changes that you may hear. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys something really quick. I thought it was really interesting. So there's a conversation about game preservation. I'm just going to be straight with you guys. Almost every publisher would be happy if they could have 100% control over every single IP, software, or game that they bring out. This is something that I've seen a lot of them basically do. For example, there's a game that I'm showing you guys here on screen. This is Tom Clancy's The Division 1, and this game is an online only game. So at some point someday, this game may no longer be playable. The developers will probably take it offline and they'll probably launch another game, and it's a Ubisoft game. However, something that a lot of people have said about console in terms of the reason why they buy games the way they buy it is they prefer to buy physical media, and this way they're able to preserve their games. They're basically able to still install those games and play them on their console even after the game maybe goes out of production or whatever it is. I will say though that the very best place you can actually preserve games is PC. There's no doubt about that. I'm not necessarily too big on game preservation, and that's in that regard. However, I do find means to preserve my own games. And seeing how Concord was basically deleted from existence, even if you seek or desire to own Concord, you can't own it anymore. People who were reporting just recently that their copies of Concord were deleted were quite surprised. They had Concord installed on their console, and the game got nuked from orbit. It was also the same with Stellar Blade as well, the demo. Remember when some people were looking and seeing that the demo for Stellar Blade was removed from their PlayStation 5 Pro console? I think this is what a lot of these console manufacturers like and want to hold on to. However, if you're into game preservation, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. PlayStation right now is holding a publisher sale. Now I know some of you are living in La La Land, and when we tell you that PlayStation is also a third-party publisher, you don't like to listen to it. You want to always think that, but it's just Xbox that's a third-party publisher. Yeah. Let me go ahead and put it up here. PlayStation is also a third-party publisher. Don't fool yourselves, okay? Tell all your favorite, talking heads that like to gaslight Xbox, aficionados, and even sometimes they'll gaslight us PC players that PlayStation is a third-party publisher. This sale is spanning through all of their stuff here on Steam. However, it's not this particular PlayStation sale that I want to show you. The one I want to show you is the one on Good Old Games. If you go on Good Old Games right now, that sale is extending to Good Old Games as well. And the games that are here, there are only 4 of them from PlayStation that are on sale. They're all DRM free. I own Horizon Zero Dawn here. I did not buy God of War here yet. I wanted to come down to single digits because I already own it on Steam. Days Gone is already basically bottom dollar, single digits, and I will purchase it in this sale. It's gone on sale for this same price many times. And Uncharted Legacy of Thieves, the only reason I did not double dip was because they charged the extra $10 on PlayStation for you to get basically a texture pack. All that so-called PS5 upgrade and all that nonsense is just basically unlocking it to 60 FPS. Why should I pay them money to do that? That should have been free for PS5 players. And I actually pre-ordered this game day one, before it came out, not even day one after playing Uncharted. So that's why I didn't buy it. I told y'all that PlayStation has no value for you, and they want to just money gouge you from every corner. So no, I'm showing you these games because a game like this, you say, okay, maybe it's digital, but here's the catch. In a space like this, your game that's even on your disc is basically carrying a digital file that's going to install the game. In this particular case with Horizon, I can actually download the individual files and then go and install them on my PC. I can save these files and store these files for my own convenience. That's what's called the offline backup game installers. This is something that Good Old Games does and provides on the PC platform that you can't find on Steam or even almost anywhere else. And I said almost because some publishers still have access to their games as installation files, which is crazy because the other day, it was like years ago, I think it was through Intel Game Days, they gave away Farm Mechanic Simulator 2015 or something, or 2017. I said Farm Mechanic, sorry. Farming Simulator 2017, and they gave the installation file. They gave you access to download it. That was like almost scary because it felt like the 90s when I saw that. And the same is available with these other 4 games, and even some other publishers' games that you can actually find. So yes, the games like the Arkham games you can install, via disc if you have the console versions. But these PC versions are not the Steam versions in a sense. I mean, yes, sometimes good old games will kind of use almost similar Steam files and such, but you can actually download and install these games locally on your hard drive, and you can pretty much play them whenever you want. You can save the files however you want. So it's basically, in my opinion, the same thing that you will gain in terms of game preservation. In fact, I think it's slightly better, seeing that you're not bound by the physical media and its deterioration. You do know that physical media can scratch, it can break, it can be damaged, but in this case, you're not, in a sense, limited by that one physical media item. So seeing how even PlayStation moved their games all the way down here and saw the impact, because you may think, well, it's just probably games that are super old that didn't really seem to be an impact on it. Well, I wouldn't be so sure, to be very honest, because again, if you look at these 4 games I just showed you, look at where they rank in PlayStation sales. Horizon Zero Dawn, 24 million, copies. It was one of the games I just showed you just now. It's the one game that I actually own, and it is also here on Good Old Games. They had to take that game and spread it far and wide, even all the way to this portion, in order for them to be able to see these sales. Then the following game that goes underneath it, guess what? Is God of War 2018, which is also on Good Old Games, and I'm certain that it sold well as well, because people that like to only buy DRM-free games, this is where they only shop. They don't play anything else. They'll come here and buy DRM-free games, and or they'll go to itch or whatever it is and support indie developers and such. This is where they shop. And then number 4 on the list is Uncharted. So these 4 games that I just showed you, basically, 3 of them are in the top seller list for PlayStation titles that are, that PlayStation has basically put out there and are on this PlayStation sale that they're actually doing right now. So game preservation, as much as those of you who like it, we'll talk about it, on the console side, it's also a thing here on PC. You can't, ignore that fact. And this is just one means of preservation, to be honest. There are many things I will not say in this video. I'm just laughing because I've seen people in the comment section say some crazy things. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to repeat those things. And I think it's very interesting overall to see that, it's something that's there. And I think this is why, my comments and my views towards the PlayStation 5 Pro and towards what PlayStation is doing is just very, right now anyways, I just feel the disenfranchisement overall, because there's just no value that these companies are providing you. But if you truly want to gain value, like in your games, and you want, all of these different perks, you can more than likely, see them here. And yes, a lot of new games don't come to Good Old Games Store for a while, but it's one of those things where, it depends on the publisher, it depends on the developer. I don't know why many developers don't leverage it. I think they're fine with Steam, because Steam actually charges a 30% cut, and Good Old Games also charges a 30% cut. I think if Good Old Games will modify their cut to be similar to Epic, it might help. But it seems like they need the money to run this shop, because this is a shop that's being run by a game developer and, somewhat of a self-publisher themselves. So I think they need that percentage. And honestly, man, if that 30% is what's keeping them afloat, then that 30%, so be it, in a sense, if you get what I mean. But anyways, just thought I'd show you guys this stuff because I thought it's actually pretty cool. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.